Hello everybody and welcome back into the fort. My name is Tyler Saves Ya Bucks and I am here with a short video about utilizing EDHREC. As many of you know, I am very lucky enough to work for EDHREC as a writer. This video is not sponsored by them or anything. It's just that as I've been using it on my day-to-day basis at this point, I've learned some tips and tricks that have helped me greatly when it comes to deck building and utilizing the different tools on the site. So I wanted to make a quick video, pass some of those along to you, and let's just jump right into it. So some of you might know I recently did an article for EDHREC, Crackling Vanguard, and some of the tools that I know EDHREC has really helped me refine what I was looking for. So let's get into it. You're looking at the commander and there's several tools right to the right of the commander. Right here, we see first and foremost budget. For me, I'm Tyler Saves Ya Bucks. I'm always looking for budget options. And there's this $1 sign. There's also the $3 signs. What those mean is you can be looking for things in a certain budget range. So I think it's around $2, $3 or below dollars. And then the $3 signs, if you're very, very fancy and bougie, you can be looking for some expensive staples, and it will filter some of the recommendations that shows you based off of which one of those you select. I often do the $. Underneath that, there's tags. So in the case of EDHREC here, you can tell that there's not too many ways to go with it. There's tokens, aggro, burn, exile, etc. There's also more tags here. But when it comes to if you wanted to do EDHREC based on casting things from exile, EDHREC can cast a lot of stuff from exile. So if you wanted to focus more on that side of the strategy, you could look at the 6 decks in the database that are 6, that is about the exile strategy. So this is also a very, very helpful thing. There are some other commanders that are a lot more like cut in half, and not like the card, but cut in half in terms of how you can build them. And if you're scrolling through and looking through all the cards on the EDHREC page for it, you might see some cards and go, why is this even in there? Well, it's because, you know, there's a good chunk of the decks that EDHREC is pulling from that's pulling it into a different synergy pocket, I guess you could call it. Whereas the tags really help you zero in on what you are looking to build and what direction you're trying to take a commander in. So when it comes to this case with EDHREC specifically, and something that I've learned to use and enjoyed a lot, is this other feature over here, which is deck filters. The deck filters and how I've utilized it is being able to throw specific signpost cards in there to then find the decks that utilize those cards. And you can put as many of them as you want. You can put just one. It's really kind of up to you. So in the case of EDHREC, say you really like the idea of using Curse of Opulence, you can do that and press the plus button. So as you see, with card name plus Curse of Opulence. Another card that I liked from the list is Not Dead After All. See, there it is, plus. And then you can press filter and it will go to how many decks have both of those cards. You see 23. It went from 23 to, or not from 23, it went from 724 to 23 decks just based off of those 2 cards. So say you are really, really trying to nail down a specific strategy and it's like these 2 cards tend to point me in that direction, you can put them there. The other thing, and this is something I didn't even notice for the longest time, is the fact that the with can also be without. And why would you want to exclude cards? That's something that didn't spark to me immediately, but for EDHREC, again, it came from a precon. And the other commander, Zergo, is very, very popular, and a lot of people are playing Zergo. So some people might be building EDHREC from the ground up. Some other people might be upgrading the precon from there. when I was working on my article, I didn't want to add any cards that came from the precon. So to get around that, I looked at several cards that were in the precon that were at, let's say, the top of the list. So we have without Zergo and without the EDHREC strike leader. And then we can press filter for that as well. Now it has filtered out all the decks without those two cards. See, it took us down to 246. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to build with those cards, or that's not the direction I want to take when I'm suggesting. That's not necessarily what I'm doing. I'm saying for somebody who doesn't have the precon, who pulled Nariv in a collector booster or something, and they didn't buy the entire precon, I'm not going to want to look at a bunch of the decks that include all those cards from the precon. So 2 big signpost cards can help remove a lot of that, because if I was making Nariv off of the precon, I definitely probably wouldn't take Zergo and the EDHREC strike leader out of it. So the cards that is being suggested now with that 246 decks there is most likely people doing what I was trying to build for. People from the ground up, or not having all the access to the cards from the Commander precon. So the main thing I wanted to highlight when it came to these little tips and tricks is the fact that some players look at EDHREC sometimes as a popularity contest. It's pulling data from a bunch of different deck sites and showing the most played cards. But what it also shows is the least played cards, or the corner case cards when it comes to tags, that you could be playing a commander in a whole different way and you didn't even know it just by looking at the tags. Or you don't want to be playing the most popular things because you want to be playing super budget. So you can press that budget option, and now you're seeing a bunch of commons and uncommons that are really good in this deck, but didn't show up in the original. And then, like I said before, if you're building a new commander, or I know a lot of players out there really fall in love with a mechanic or a new card that's not necessarily a commander and go, I want to build a deck utilizing this mechanic. I don't know if there's a commander that necessarily does it, You can look up, different commanders and different places on the site off of that card and see what decks are running it. And that would maybe open up your mind to, oh, I didn't even notice that this random card from Kamigawa works super well with that mechanic, or this new creature that I really wanted to build around. So the more that you learn those little tips and tricks, you will find corner cases here and there, and it will be so beneficial to utilize the site because, like I said, I use it almost every day, and I may be a little biased, but at the same time, I do just love that this is a free service, that you can go there and you can, I tell people who aren't a part of the game that it's like the Wikipedia of Magic, specifically Commander, because you're able to just look up so much content right then and there. And if you know some of these little tools, you can tweak and find exactly what you're looking for. So I hope this short video was some help to you. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to highlight some more tips and tricks that I use, because I know quite a lot more, but these are the ones that I tend to use pretty much every single time I look at a new commander. So let me know in the comments below, or let me know of any other things that you might want to share that help you with deck building. Because if somebody's coming to this video, they can go in the comments and see how other people utilize the interwebs to build commander decks, because it's sometimes hard. So let's help each other. It takes more than one person to make a pillow fort, everybody. So help me out, and I hope to see you back here in the pillow fort or on EDHREC for my articles. Goodbye.